Wow. Okay.
I could absolutely be your mother. I'm 53 years old. It's a perfect way to start. Karissa Bodnar is back with me. I am old enough to be your mother. And I was thinking about it today, Karissa, because you are this incredibly, and by the way, Chris is my guest today. Welcome to my Just Jenny podcast. She is the founder and CEO of Thrive Causemetics, and I love her because she's also become a dear friend. But I was thinking of you today, and I get such a kick out of you from like a maternal place, but it's also weird because you're so accomplished and so independent and so strong and smart and driven and have created this, it's a brand, but like, I don't know, there's also this like identity that you've created for yourself and this mission that I know that you're on to like teach women and help women understand they could tap into whatever is their potential to create the thing that they want to create. And I see you working really hard to lead by example. And so all at once, I feel very maternal, but then I also feel like inspired and like, well, if she could do it, so can I. So it's like a,
Yes.
yeah,
That
it's
is
like a,
the
yeah,
that is, that's my new assignment. I didn't know that that was my assignment 6 months
yeah,
ago. I didn't know that. Now I understand the assignment. The assignment is for me to be unapologetically myself, not in a
yeah.
mean way, not in a mean way, but like there's so much, there's a negative connotation with being unapologetic about who you are. And I realized I had a story in my brain that I was a bitch because I've been called that so many times. I
Right.
had a story in my head that I was mean. And it wasn't until I zoomed out, and this is where it come back to the Thrive Causemetics community, of which you are absolutely a part of, Jenny, our giving partners.
Yeah.
They have showered me with the love and kindness and abundance that I didn't even know I needed when I started this business.
But I want to know why you thought you were mean because I've never gotten that feeling from you. I have gotten guarded. Like I feel like the
Yeah.
first time I met you, I
Yep.
did sense that there was a almost like a reserved nature, which when I meet someone reserved, I typically think it's because they have their own stuff going on that makes them hesitant to trust somebody, which is fair, by the way. I mean, if you've felt like you've been burned in life, that might build a wall or make you hesitate before
Yeah.
you sort of get involved with someone. But I've seen that kind of dissipate in you. Like, I don't know, there's definitely a change in you. But I don't why do you think bitch? Because I never thought that wasn't what I thought.
Well, thank you for saying that. What I want to say is when I met you, I was guarded because I didn't believe in myself. I was guarded because I had a narrative in my mind that I didn't belong there
Mm.
and that I was less than because I went to community college. I was less than because I couldn't get an investor for my business. And so it didn't matter how much we had donated, how many products we had successfully launched, how many customers we had, until I actually did the deep work, doing the therapy, reading the books, journaling. These are things that anybody can do at home. Until I did that, I couldn't eradicate that from my soul. And that is what needed to happen. And that's what the first, I would say, 7 years of Thrive Causemetics, like Jenny, I used to cry every time I would go out to New York. I was so scared to be there because I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I grew up on a
Yeah.
dirt road. And I'm not saying that like, oh, woe is me. I'm saying like literally the idea that I have an office in Los Angeles where the Thrive Causemetics Innovation Center is,
Yeah.
that was like not even in my mind that that was possible. So I had an immense amount of imposter syndrome. And on the
Mhm.
on the bitch thing, spoiler alert for all of those entrepreneurs out there, you're going to get called a bitch just about every day, both to your face and behind your back. And I hope that doesn't happen to people. But it has happened to me because you don't start a business to be the most popular in school.
No.
Um, and so that is where whether it's a customer saying that to you, like or it's an employee, that breaks my heart when it's an employee. But the fact of the matter is that um you have to get your validation outside of your company. And I say this all the time, there's this song Out of Eden. Out of Eden was like Christian Destiny's Child, and they have this song Looking for Love, and it's about looking for love in all the wrong places. Like
Yeah.
I was looking for validation from employees, which is so toxic and unhealthy to them. So when you first met me, that's what I was doing. And that's not on our employees. That's on me as a leader. And that's been a part of my growth story as a CEO. So at the most basic level, have friends like Jenny Hutt. Have friends who are going to hold you accountable, not be yes people, and tell you that you are enough. Right. That have that dialectical, who can hold you and say, I love you. And also, Karissa, be better. And
yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm a terrible yes person. I can't do it. It's not.
No, you're not. You tell me, no, you tell me to be better all the time.
That's what I mean. Right. I can't be a yes person. I can't do it.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. No, I can't, because I don't think that's really being someone's friend.
And that goes into the value at Thrive Causemetics that we have: candor is kind. Right. That is why I wrote that. We have 3 values at Thrive Causemetics: candor is kind, one team, one score, and do it with purpose, or don't do it at all. I always mess that one up. You might change that one because it's too clunky. But the first 2 kick ass. The first 2 kick ass. And candor is kind is the most misunderstood, because people think that it is unkind to say what needs to be said. And that's why I love the Long Island Queen, Jenny frickin' Hutt. You're
so funny.
Lives the value of candor is kind every single time I'm talking to you. And that's what I love about your interviews. You're just like, no, you don't care if it's the hottest celebrity. You don't care who it is. You're just going to keep it real. And that's why people are attracted to you, Jenny.
But I want to talk about the imposter syndrome thing, because this is very interesting to me that you have that. Because I always feel like, I think, like, if I achieved the level of success on paper, like that your company does well and you've done well and whatever, you could retire if you chose to, like looking at it that way. Like that, to me, I would feel like, well, of course I did, because I've worked really hard and I know how to do my job. And therefore it makes sense. Like, I don't think I would have imposter syndrome 18 years into broadcasting if I reached a tipping point. But you, who actually created in your home, in your 1 bedroom, fulfilled orders in a garage, putting stuff together by yourself as a chemist, creating product that people fell in love with, and therefore decided to buy, tell their friends, talk about it online, not digital marketing, actual, like, people loved the stuff, chose to buy it. You did that. So I want to know why you have imposter syndrome, because who cares what college you went to or didn't go to?
I appreciate you saying that so much. And it's people like you who help inspire me to shed that. Not just because you're giving me affirmation, but because when I hear you say that, I now, again, understand the assignment. When I'm making myself smaller, I am telling all the 14-year-old girls, shout out to Ava from Ava's Pet Palace. I'm telling Ava that she needs to be small, even if I don't say that. You know, my friend Maya Penn was just in the office yesterday. She's 23 years old. She started her company when she was 8 years old. You are never too, I always say this, you're never too young or too old to be who you always wanted to be. Right. You are an example of that, Jenny. Maya is an example of that. Right. And that, to me, is the definition of timeless ambition. And I love that. And what I think about for myself is how inspired I am by the community of people who are unapologetically themselves, like you, like my friend Maya Penn. It's so important to have those mirrors in your life.
Yes, that's true.
And so that has helped me overcome the imposter syndrome. But I'll tell you why. I had imposter syndrome, because I hadn't done the work. I didn't love myself. I'm just now learning to love myself at 33 years old. And in therapy, I've been like, damn, why did it take me so long? Why did I think that the only value that I brought to the world was what I looked like or what I gave? You know, I literally, Thrive Causemetics, over $100 million in funds and products donated, and it still wasn't enough for me to love myself. Having over 500 charities hold me and say how much they love me and the mission, what they were doing. I mean, being immersed in the philanthropy that these giving partners do, these small nonprofits and also large nonprofits, it wasn't enough. I mean, I'm literally sitting there. One of our namesakes of our Brilliant Eye Brightener is named after Raquel. She's in New York. You're going to meet her. I know that's a special name for you. And Raquel is the executive director of Self-Esteem Rising. And I'm sitting there, Jenny, for years watching these workshops where we're donating our products to them. And these are young girls that they're saying, before you even open your eyes, she closes her eyes and she says, before you even open your eyes, say that I'm beautiful. Say I am strong. Say I am unstoppable. And I'm
Yeah.
literally through these and I'm like, yeah, go Raquel, let's go girls. And I can't even do that for Karissa Bodnar.
Right.
It was
Right.
so in a way, it's like my soul knew. When I say Thrive Causemetics is my business soulmate, like I've said that because it all clicked for me. The philanthropy, the chemistry, the building of a product, a building of a company. These are all things that I've wanted to do since I was 15 years old, whatever. I don't even know. But I didn't realize that I was cultivating the community that my soul needed before I even knew the traumas I had been through in my life.
Yeah.
Because a trauma response is to completely black out and not even know that you've experienced that trauma. It is a normal thing for survivors of trauma, which all of us are survivors of trauma of some
Sure.
kind, to think that we're the problem.
Yeah.
That was me. And so now I'm eradicating the imposter syndrome because of people like you, because of people like Maya Penn, because of people like Raquel from Self Esteem Rising. But I didn't know how to do that until it just started clicking. And it was through reading a ton of self-help books.
Yeah.
It was through doing therapy. I started with a new therapist and I've had some weird experiences with therapy. Don't give up, people. If you have weird
It's so
experiences
true.
with therapy, keep going because it's worth it. If that's what works for you.
Yeah. And if it's
So
not, don't do it. Right. I agree. I love the if that's what works for you because therapy is really helpful. I mean, I believe it's great for everybody. Like that's just the way I think. But if it's not right for you, then it's not right for you. If you're
yeah,
listening, you're like, I've tried, but sometimes you just haven't met the right therapist yet. And
yep.
that can take some time. Okay. So go back to,
Say something about that about therapists, because
yeah.
I was actually talking to my current therapist about an experience that I had, and she said, Karissa, it's like everything. Half of the people are really good at their job, and then the other half are bad at it. So
Right.
it's just like don't give up. And by the way, you're not guacamole. You're not for everybody, right? Not every therapist is going to be for everybody.
That's
Which, by the
right.
way, I didn't know that not everybody likes guacamole. So I got
They
to find.
don't. Isn't that weird? It's true. They don't. Not everybody loves avocado, which is one of the most bizarre things, but it's true.
I wish people could see the look on my face because I didn't have guacamole till I was an adult. And then when I did, I was like, where? Hey, shout out to my hometown of Stanwood. We need more guacamole. At the Stanwood Camino Fair at the Thrive Causemetics booth, what we're going to do, Town of 5,000, Jenny, we're going to have a Thrive Causemetics booth at the Stanwood Camino Fair.
Amazing. If we go back to what you did know when you started, because it is extraordinary that you created this brand when you were 25 years old or 27 years old. I don't know how old it's how many years? 25, right? So
I've been at it for 8 or 9 years. I mean, 9 years of development. Yeah.
incredible. Yeah. So, and you did create these three, if we go back to the three core values of Thrive Causemetics, you did create them. And I want to talk a little bit about them because I think the candor is kindness is really important philosophically.
Yes, I will talk about that value till the cows come home. It is so important for people to internalize that being direct and being clear is kind. I think Brene Brown says that. I think she says being clear is kind, being unclear is unkind.
Yeah.
And I love that. And so
Mm-hmm.
that to me, that's the essence of candor is kind. Live your truth and trust yourself that saying what needs to be said
Yep.
with nuance and kindness
Mm-hmm.
is always the answer.
Yeah.
It's so important, so by the way, I wrote this value and I sucked at it for my first 6 years because when I would be direct with people, sometimes I wouldn't do it with nuance. I still don't do it with nuance. And
right.
my communication style is not for everybody.
But I don't know that you need the nuance. And wow, that's why we get along. I never realized that was like a thing for you because I'm super direct. And that's so funny because I
have you ever done DISC? Have you ever done a DISC assessment?
No.
DISC. You got to do it. I bet you're a D.
Okay.
I'm a D. I'm a D. smack dab in the middle. But I hired a bunch
Yeah.
of, it takes all kinds of kinds, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so if you're a D and you're
yeah.
around a bunch of I's that want a little bit of a softened startup, they want to say, "Hey, Jenny, how are you doing? I
Mhm.
love how you posted on Instagram today."
Yeah.
Before and you guys,
Already I die. Already I'm
same,
dead. Yeah.
same, same. And so what's so powerful about DISC, we use it
Yeah.
at Thrive Causemetics, and what we do is we match people. So the DISC assessment, it's really cheap online, and then they'll say, okay, if you have an I on your team, this is how you as a D should communicate. And oh, by the way, this Jenny hates when you
Yeah.
give her a bunch of fluff. Just tell her exactly what you need from her.
Yes. Hate
Yeah,
fluff. I'm like,
yeah,
land the plane. I don't
yes, yes,
just get to the point. Like, not, I'll have a lengthy conversation with you for 6 hours if we have something
yeah,
worth talking about, but land the fucking plane. Like, I don't need you to couch anything in some beautiful way to tell me that I'm in the wrong shirt. Just tell
totally,
me I need to
totally,
change my shirt.
totally. Yeah,
Right.
tell me I have stuff in my teeth. Tell me I
100%. Oh my God.
you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yes.
I need to know these things. And so
Yes.
yes. Now, but something that's really important for any manager, any leader, any aspiring leader is that you cannot escape all the different communication styles. You
Mm-mm.
are not allowed to as a leader. Leadership is a privilege. It is not a right. And so as a leader, you need to look at your team, you need to assess them, and you need to say, how can I angle myself to meet people halfway?
Yeah.
And by the way, I make that mistake all the time.
So do
Oh,
I.
shout out to Grace, our head of people at Thrive Causemetics. She's like, Karissa, we have to meet the people where they're at, because I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do 100 events. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, because to me, this doesn't feel like a job. This feels
Right.
like a calling.
I get it. Hold on. I get it. It's so you do speak my language because you're direct and you're intentional. And I'm sure people do misunderstand some of the directness for almost, I don't want to use the word because it's very skewed toward women, like the bossy moniker,
Yeah.
but I get it. Like, you want someone to do the thing that they're supposed to be doing that either they said they would do, could do, or were hired to do. So just do it. And it becomes very frustrating when it feels like you have to almost wine and dine people to get the job done. And that's a confusing thing to somebody who just automatically is thinking, just do the job. And you're not in your brain editorializing it, like judging the person or thinking about the person
Yeah.
or nothing. You're only thinking about getting the job done. And
Yeah.
it's a whole thing that goes on.
Totally. Totally. But another thing is, like, as a leader, know your power in the room. Know that you are never going to be able to remove the fact that you're the founder and CEO.
Yeah.
If you're the
Right.
founder of a company, people are going to be scared of you. So my tactic for that was to make myself smaller. My
Right.
tactic for getting around that was to say that I wasn't good at things. I'm good at a lot of things. So
Yeah.
what happens when I'm modeling as the CEO? Oh yeah, I'm not good at that. Oh, I don't really know. What do you think? And then all of a sudden I come in with an opinion.
Right.
People are going to be like, oh shit, I suck. Right. And
Right.
that make them feel like so bad about themselves. So again, you got to have grace for yourself. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to, like, if you're going to make mistakes, because I make mistakes every single day, but
Right. Of course.
I denied my power in them. Oh, just treat me like a coworker, I would say. And it's like, that's such bullshit, because people are never going to just treat me like a
Yeah. You're
coworker.
not the coworker. Right.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know that because I had so much imposter syndrome. And I also want to say, I recognize that because of my imposter syndrome, I was hiring people that were not a culture fit necessarily.
Mm.
Look, and if I'm on a growth curve, like,
Yep.
if you're the CEO and your company is growing, I try out for my job every quarter. I
Right.
have a CEO group that holds me accountable. I have people that literally interview me externally to say whether that are CEOs of larger companies than mine, to say you're good enough or you're not. And by the
Right.
way, even when they tell me I'm not good enough, I'm like, well, screw you. I'm going to still be the CEO, because
Uh,
but now I know where the work is. Now where I know where I need to be better. Like, I used to suck at strategic planning. My first strategic planning was in 2022. And ask Team Thrive Causemetics, there were 30 people in the room. That's not how you do strategic planning. Because I just didn't know. It's like,
Yeah.
you need to get a leadership team. Oh, we didn't have a built out leadership team. So I'm just going to bring the entire company. That makes no sense. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And so as you change, not everybody's going to be along for your, your journey of change.
No.
And so it is, for a fast growth company, the average tenure of a VP is less than a year. And I didn't know that until this year. So,
Right.
so I was in my head like, oh shit, I messed up. Oh,
Right. Why did this one leave? Why is this one right?
it's normal. So let's
Right.
normalize that. So
Right.
yeah, candor is kind. That is the value that I challenge everyone on this podcast to utilize. Use that
Yeah.
value. Use it
I'm
in
going
your
to distill it down. I'm going to distill it down. Candor is kind is important because if you're leaving out the truth, then you are essentially being unkind. And candor is kind is important because if
yeah,
you're just saying yes when you mean no, you're doing a disservice to both the person you're saying the yes to and to yourself. So, on every level, if you have to choose to be gentle because it's a kinder move while you're delivering the actual truth, that's okay. But you got to get to that truth and you got to not pussyfoot around it. You have to actually get there.
preach, preach,
Yeah.
preach. Yep.
Wasn't
Gotta,
really distilled down, but I had to
I
explain
love
it
it.
more how to
I
do
love
it.
it. That one team, one score is one that our team really embraces. It's this idea that, I still take out the trash. I just
Definitely.
shout out to Tova. Tova and she's on our people team. Her and I were cleaning the toilet and trying to figure out how to fix the toilet in this gorgeous innovation center. Like you're still gonna have, I started out of my apartment, was cleaning the toilets. Then I'm still cleaning the toilets.
That's right.
But also so that means no task is below anybody. And that's not to say that as a CEO, you should be spending your days cleaning toilets all the time or doing other people's work, but we thrive together, right? So I'm not the one responsible for the sales. The entire team is. I'm
Yeah.
not the one, I get a lot of credit for the philanthropy, but there's over 100 people on Team Thrive Causemetics that are making the philanthropy happen. And now I'll take that even further to our community. We've got millions of customers who are making the philanthropy possible. So one team, one score is really the essence of the Thrive Causemetics community, both internally and externally, and how we all thrive together.
Yeah, I think that makes total sense. I love that because it's true. Especially if you're a leader, you better know how to do every aspect of the business,
Yeah.
even if ultimately you transition out of those other jobs because it makes sense for other people to do them.
How can you hold people accountable if you don't know what your EBITDA is? How can you hold
Right.
people accountable if you don't know your numbers? How can you hold people accountable if you don't know how easy it is to make a TikTok? I suck at TikTok right now. I tried to post my first one and I posted it on the wrong account. How am I ever gonna, like, for a direct to consumer brand? How are you ever gonna understand the brilliant minds of your company if you're not there in the trenches with them?
Right.
So it's hard. It's hard because, for the last 6 years since we've had employees, the company has really called for me to be internally focused. So
Yeah.
I've been focused very internal. I'm scared as hell, Jenny, because I'm about to go on a press tour because we're going to be launching Bigger Than Beauty skincare.
Yeah.
I
Which I
haven't,
want to talk about.
yeah, but I haven't been
Yeah.
out there. So I'm scared and I'm telling the team, I'm like, I'm scared.
Oh,
I've
you
been
could.
I've been here with you guys all the time, but now having a leadership team, which, to quote Patrick Lencioni, the leadership team is the number one team. And,
Right.
and I hope people Google what that means because it's really a special concept. But, that I'm able to do that because I have a leadership team that is living our values. I have employees who are living our values and customers who support us. So I'm so excited to get out there, but I am scared.
Okay. First of all, you're going to do great. So I am not worried at all. You have been putting yourself out there every day online, which is great rehearsal for you to get used to that kind of interacting and engagement with people. You're taking as best care of yourself as you can so that you feel good. That is so important. It's almost radical self-care because when you're going to put yourself in a high stress environment, you have to feel optimally at your very best. Like that's just how it has to go. And you're doing that. I see you doing that. And the rest will come pretty easy because you really know your stuff, you really know your brand, and you're really involved in it. So it's easy to talk about something you actually love.
It doesn't even feel like a job anymore, Jenny.
Right.
It doesn't even feel like a job. I'm like skipping around the hallways. Ever since I learned that the secret to life is loving yourself, which I think hit me in like January of 2023. So only a few months, I'm on a high. I mean, I've never smoked weed in my life, but I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like I'm so fired up every time I get to go into the office and we have an innovation meeting. We have a giving meeting. We have a finance meeting. I mean, you should have seen Arthur. Oh, my lights just went out. Let me get up and you should have seen Arthur. Oh my gosh, I have to show the viewers. I've got correct toes on right now. This is
Amazing. That might have to get its own clip. Yeah.
While I'm running a half marathon, you're going to come.
I want to talk about bigger than beauty skincare. And I want to talk about it because you had said to me a while ago, like, did I want to try the skincare? Mm-hmm. And I was like, sure, I'll try it, not knowing if I would like it, Karissa. And it's very weird if you don't like something, right? Like I'm pretty clear that the things I love, I really, really love. And if I don't like something, I'm just not going to mention it because I'm not interested in like hurting anybody ever or anybody's, but there's no reason for that.
It doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I actually, going back to the value of candor is kind, I actually like to know when people don't like the product because then we can develop something for you.
Okay, fine. I would tell you personally if I did, but I'm saying like publicly, I would never be like, I don't like whatever. But I just wouldn't talk about it is my point. But I love the skincare. And I was so excited because I have been doing this now. I'm midway through. How long is the testing phase supposed to be? So I don't even know. I lost track of time. It's 8 weeks, the whole thing. So probably 3 or 4 weeks I've been using it. And I think I see a difference. Now, I could be making that up, but I think I see a difference. And like, I love the cleanser. It's got the best smell and I'm very smell sensitive. So if something has an off scent for me, it's over.
And it's fragrance free. It's fragrance free. Those are the ingredients that just smell that yummy.
Okay. It smells so good. So what is that?
They're purposeful oils that are helping to remove waterproof makeup and condition your skin at the same time. But it's really, it's such, I mean, I have it here with me. It is, it's this, I mean, I just want to smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision.
It smells so good.
Yeah. But those are
clean.
Orange peel oil, grapefruit oil. But those are things that are helping to break down Infinity Waterproof Eyeshadow Stick.
Okay.
This cleanser, shout out to Team Thrive Causemetics, our team of chemists, dermatologists, our product developers. They created my dream cleanser. As a product developer myself, I could not create this cleanser. So take it back to one team, one score. This product, this cleanser is one team, one score. Because I said, hey guys, I got a problem. I developed the best waterproof eyeliner in the world. Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner is the most effective. And I made that.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know how to take it off.
Yeah.
So can you make a cleanser? And they're like, hell yeah, we can. And so I'm always striving to be the worst product developer at Thrive Causemetics because I know I'm good. And I want people who are even better than me to feel empowered to make products even better than I ever could. And so this cleanser was developed with dermatologists, plastic surgeons, our customers, our giving partners, cancer survivors, amazing people testing, thousands and thousands of people that tested this products to say, yes, Bright Balance Cleanser removes the most waterproof makeup, which shameless plug for Thrive Causemetics. I would say some of ours is the best.
Yeah.
And it's ophthalmologist tested to not burn your eyes off.
No, it's great. It's just great. It's just great. I mean,
Can I tell you a pro tip? Can I tell you a pro tip? Cleanse your face when you're in the shower, wash it off. And I think it's on the tube still. Oh, did my pro tip come off? Oh, bummer. Okay. My pro tip is, you know, when you got you get French and English on there, then you have to cut some of the copy. My pro tip got cut, but I'm here telling you here, leave it on for 3 minutes when you're in the shower. And that steam and the pineapple enzymes that are in the formula, it's like a little mini facial. So while you're shaving your legs or whatever, you're shampooing your hair, leave it on your skin. But you don't need to double cleanse with this, but it's almost like cleanse, get everything off, and then mask. Use it as a mask.
It's great. I love it. I really love it. So I do that. Then I do the overnight sensation. I don't know that I can use it every day because if I use it every day, my skin feels sensitive. Am I supposed to feel a tingle?
The tingle is okay, but you should be using it 3 times a week to
Okay.
start.
Okay. And then,
My pro tip though for overnight sensation is use it in the areas where you have no acne. You have perfect skin, Jenny. So it's like
I have blotchy skin. I don't have a lot of pimples, but I have like, color. It's, yeah, I have old lady
you have,
skin. So I have like
you
age
have
spots.
hyperpigmentation. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
in the areas where you have, so the way to use this overnight sensation,
Yeah.
it's a retexturizing solution, which means you use it in place of your serum. So you wash your face, then put this on 3 times a week. Immediately
Okay.
put that on your skin.
I
Let it
think it's evened me out a little bit in the past 4 weeks. Is that what it's supposed to do?
It will, Jenny. And the thing I will say though is that if you are, so use it 3 times a week. That's like the basic way to use it. You can use moisturizer on top. You can even use
Yep.
it under your eyes. It's ophthalmologist tested for that. What I do want to say though is that a tip for people who have hyperpigmentation or acne, if you do a different routine with this product, so on the nights where you're not using it, those off nights,
Mhm.
cleanse your skin, put a different serum on. If you like the Thrive Causemetics one, we have one, or sorry, I should say it's bigger than beauty, baby. It's bigger than beauty. Liquid Brilliance, you can use that. Then use the moisturizer. And I know this is not a commercial, you're interviewing me. I just want to say though, that as your last step, use Overnight Sensation as the last step on your off night.
Oh, interesting. Because then it'll get some of it, but not all of it, because it'll have something in between.
It's like a natural hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is a clinically proven to reduce hyperpigmentation and age spot.
Okay. Yeah.
Also very harsh on the skin. So we developed a natural form of that with Overnight Sensation.
I think it's helping. I'm not kidding. Like, I really feel like it's evening out my
That's
skin tone.
It's 10% vegan lactic acid and glycolic acid. And again, giving
Okay.
credit where credit's due. That was our team. That was Team Thrive Causemetics. That was Team Bigger Than Beauty. That was our dermatologists. I mean, really, they cutting edge technology that they've infused into all of these formulas. I'm
Yeah.
so freaking grateful to work with these people.
I wanted to know why you picked turquoise as the
Yeah.
color of Thrive.
Because it is scientifically proven to evoke a feeling of joy.
Okay.
And we all need more joy in our lives.
Yeah.
I've been depressed in my life. I've been suicidal in my life.
Mhm.
I'm not anymore. But I want that person who is depressed to see our packaging and feel joy. And even if it's for a moment, even if they don't even put the lipstick on, if they're, if you've experienced trauma, of which we are supporting a lot of communities that have experienced racial injustice, horrible domestic abuse situations. I mean, when I'm at Giving Partners, I've been, it's been locked down. I've been at, Strength United in Van Nuys, California. Before we even had an innovation center here, I would show up with a suitcase full of products to donate because we didn't even have a warehouse. And I'm sitting there in a barbed wire. I mean, Strength United has barbed wire fencing around it because these abusers come back to get these amazing people who are just trying to heal. And so if Thrive Causemetics and Bigger Than Beauty skincare can be an escape for those people for just a minute, that's what I want. And that's why I'm here. Like, I am so relentless and I'm never going to quit these people because I am so moved by them. They have helped build me, Karissa Bodnar, into the CEO that I am because there's no quitting these people. I cannot quit these people. They need people to be there for them. And they have been there for me more than I could ever be there for them. I'll always say that because the support, I mean, the virtuous circle that has been created by this community, I didn't do that. That's all of us. One team, one score, baby. That's all of us.
Yeah. I mean, I love your philanthropy because I think it was when you started, it was sincere and it was smart. And to sort of combine the two, that when people would buy, that you would also donate. That was smart and it was sincere, right? Yeah. And then you could have changed your mission and you never did because people kept buying and people kept buying.
Yeah, we have grown our mission. I do want to be clear, we have changed the mission in 2018. So for the first few years, 2014 was the first time we gave. 2014, I'll never forget. We had done donations, one-off donations to Galen, who became an eyeshadow stick namesake, Nolly, Dion, some of these amazing people that have become a part of my family, Maggie. because in the beginning I couldn't find charities. I didn't even have a website back in 2014. So people were like, yeah, we don't want to take your donations. You need to make sure that, and I get it. It wasn't normal back then for product donations to be a thing. And
Yeah.
so, and now there's 500 charities that we've supported that are doing that. But what I want to say is that our first giving event, it was called Thriving into the New Year. And we were at University of Washington Breast Cancer Center in Renton, Washington. And it was like the Valley Medical Breast Cancer University of Washington, big long name. But it was magic. It was so cool to see the transformation in these people's self-esteem. And back then we were donating false eyelashes and infinity waterproof lash adhesive, which people don't even know about us for, which
I
is
know.
totally fine. It's totally fine. But the reason why I created those lashes was because there was nothing on the market that would work whether you had lashes or not. If you had lost your lashes due to chemotherapy, alopecia, trichomania, you didn't have a solution. And so that was what motivated me. So from the very beginning, Thrive Causemetics and Bigger Than Beauty Skincare has been about solving problems for things. And I'm telling you, it's product problems, but these people in this community have helped me solve my own problems psychologically. So,
I get that. I get that. But go back to, for a minute, the business of it, because how did you know what to do or find your way when you launched like the first couple of products? You launched the eyelashes, you launched the eyeliner, the Infinity. You say the name of it. I'll screw up the name. It just works. I just know it works. The original eyeliner that you made. And then all of a sudden people are going crazy and the internet is sparking up with conversation about your products, your first couple of products. Then you had the mascara and there was like one bought every 10 seconds or something crazy like that. So what happens to you as a person who isn't all that self-assured, who doesn't really know business in the sense, because you've never run a company before, and now your company is, I mean, it's a great problem to have, but you have to scale and you have to now figure out how you're supposed to scale.
I really appreciate that. I mean, again, I think it goes back to my roots of growing up in Stanwood. I got to be honest. I was surrounded by entrepreneurs. I was surrounded by farmers. You wouldn't just go to the grocery store to buy your vegetables. You would go to your local farmer. And it's not that we had grocery stores, right? But like that's in the ethos of Stanwood, Washington. When they wanted to put a Walmart in my hometown, people were picketing. That's one of my favorite things. I'm like it's about supporting the small stores. And so to me, I was surrounded by brilliant entrepreneurs. Shout out to my friend Craig. His dad started Washington Energy Services. And I got to see that you can create something from nothing and it can be super successful. And so I was surrounded by brilliant entrepreneurs as a child. And I got involved in DECA, which is a marketing organization.
You talked about this the last time you were on. It changed your life.
Yeah, it changed my life. So yes, I have, I didn't have a ton of experience formally when I was 25 and started Thrive Causemetics. But at the end of the day, like this is a calling for me. I was meant to be a CEO in the beauty industry.
Yes.
And I know that now because
but I think that's it, Karissa. I think that all the steps prior to it, that while you may not have had the experience of running a company or scaling a company, you did work at L'Oreal or you did work at Sephora, or you did work at these places where you were able to, like a sponge, kind of absorb what was in front of you and sort of see some of it to prepare you.
And it didn't feel like work. I mean, that's the thing. Like, again, I was so depressed when I was 18 and I moved to Bellevue, Washington to work at Bellevue Square Sephora and go to Bellevue Community College. I had a shitty boyfriend because I had low self-esteem and he's not a bad person, but you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's fine.
Yeah. Breaking up and being crazy and all of that, you date to the level of your self-worth. So that was me. I had no self but you know who embraced me? My makeup artist that I was working with there.
Yeah.
Jenny, my brows looked like hockey sticks. I was
amazing. It's a great visual.
A beat up 2001 Mitsubishi Galant that had a broken mirror. I didn't even have a side mirror. My hubcaps were falling off.
Amazing.
The front ones, no hubcaps. I actually don't even have a car now. Because I don't like cars, but the nicest car that I've ever owned is a 2007 Honda Civic, and it rattled all the time. So I'm like,
Wait, so you don't like to drive? You don't like to drive?
No, but that's because I've been in 2 high-speed car accidents. I actually need to work through that in therapy. So I am going to get a car. If people could send me recommendations of cars, it's like, I want to be environmentally friendly, but I want to be in a tank. So I feel
You
safe.
need to be in a safe car. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, the most environmentally safe. Yeah.
I like a Honda Civic. I like Ford Explorers too. Anyway, this is not about my car search, but if anybody has pro tips, let me know.
Yeah.
I love negotiating. I actually bought my dad a car. To deflect and say that I don't, to ignore that it's actually the high speed trauma that I had.
Yeah.
I was hospitalized for, a few days when I was in high school, actually, after a high speed car accident. I almost died. But by the grace of whatever you believe in, God, Oprah, whatever you believe in.
For sure.
I was saved. And so anyway, I need to work through that trauma, but that'll be my journey.
That's fine.
But you were asking me, we started talking about car accident trauma. Oh, so what I tell people is, I'm from a small town. The only place I don't use GPS, Stanwood, Washington. That's my shit. I can drive all over that town. I know exactly where to go. I can get to my best friend Krista's house. No GPS. You want to go to the movie theater, Jenny? I can take you there. Stanwood High School, I got you. Port Susan Middle School, I got you.
Like 3 roads?
The fairgrounds, I got you.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, no, I can, and there's a tractor crossing, or sorry, cow crossing. Like there's actually, there's traffic in my hometown. Like an excuse for being late to school is, sorry, there was a cow in the road.
Amazing.
And I love that. It's
so do I.
So anyway,
I love that.
That's why I say I don't drive, but it's really because I had 2 car accidents in a short period of time.
Okay, then yeah, when you're ready, you can tackle that next year.
So maybe I'll get a Honda Civic for my birthday.
We can address that in time. When is your birthday? How many months off are we? What's your birthday?
July 9th. So I would like a turquoise Honda Civic for my.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to figure out the right car for you. I don't know that it's the turquoise Honda Civic, but we're going to figure it out and we'll go from there. We're not there yet. We'll find you the right. I like a tank, environmentally conscious, but I like a very safe car. I do. So, all right. The skincare line just launching now. It is a departure from the makeup because it's not makeup, but in a way it's not a departure because your makeup is all made to sort of be good on the skin and not cause problems. So, and there's how many products in this launch?
10. It's a collection of 10. It is a system that is mix and match, and there's customized solutions for everyone. We collaborated with our community and asked them the problems that they wanted us to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Really, our tagline is Skin Solutions Made Simple, because we worked with cutting edge dermatologists, chemists, plastic surgeons to say, hey, we want a natural alternative to hydroquinone, because we know hydroquinone's not, great for the skin. We don't, we believe that there are better alternatives. That's why we have in Overnight Sensation the 10% alpha hydroxy, beta hydroxy, or AHA, BHA, for those who prefer that terminology, of vegan lactic acid, glycolic acid, to really help to eradicate any hyperpigmentation, acne, smooth the skin, and also hydrate the skin at the same time. So it's a 10-step, or it's not 10 steps. It's a collection of 10 products, but it's simple. 1 cleanser, 1 serum, 1 brightening retexturizing solution. You know what I mean? It's not like, we're not telling you, it's like only 3 or 4
It's
steps.
very simple. This is what I did. I actually, what I do is I take a pink Sharpie and I write AM and PM. And then I do like 1 for the thing that goes first, morning and night, 2 morning or 2 night. Cause I switch off the night serums, the Overnight Sensation, or I guess I don't even know the name of it. The one that's the orange serum. It's like, I don't know the name, but I pump it down and it's like a little bit of an orange color, like it's not an
Liquid
oil.
brilliance.
Yeah,
Liquid.
it's so, and I just put it on and then I
Yep.
put on my
Put it on
eye
your hands
cream.
too, and your neck and
Yeah,
your.
and clavicle area. And then I put on the eye
I
cream
love
and
that
then
you say
the
clavicle
moisturizer.
and I say décolleté because that's the beauty industry. I
You're
love
so
that.
French. You're
You're
so French.
well, it's because I worked at L'Oreal because I'm worth it. Okay, can I tell you a funny story when I was working for L'Oreal?
Yeah.
I was in LA.
Yeah.
I for L'Oreal. I was working out of Washington at the time, Washington State, but I was in LA. And I'm on a business trip and I'm at the Standard Hotel in downtown LA. And when I tell you that I don't get out ever, Jenny, like I'm a homebody. I don't drink, but I had drank some $2 Chuck. And my friend Christina took me and some guy was hitting on me and was saying the most horrible pickup lines. I was like, what is happening? And he said, what are you doing down here? Like he asked me, who do you work for?
Oh
And
boy.
I we got to get this clip. I said, L'Oreal, because I'm worth it. And then I walked away. I'm like, I felt so cool that I could say that at that moment.
He had no idea what you were saying.
He had no idea, but as a marketer, I knew L'Oreal because I'm worth it. I didn't even work for the L'Oreal brand. I worked for the L'Oreal company, right? And their local
Yeah.
division.
Yeah.
But
So
yep,
good. Oh
yep,
my God.
it was
Oh,
so
you're so funny. Karissa
hot.
Bodnar, I am very excited about what this next few months are going to bring you. We're going to go by months, right? So for the next few months, I'm excited what's going to bring you.
Thank you so much. And I'm so excited about the scholarships that we're going to be able to do with Bigger Than Beauty Skincare for dermatologists,
Oh,
for
great.
estheticians,
Great.
through the Thrive. So the philanthropy, this is something that I've been getting asked as we've been starting to tell the press. You're one of the first people that I told that it's that the mission of, so Bigger Than Beauty Skincare is named Bigger Than Beauty because that's our mission at Thrive
Yeah.
Cosmetics, to be bigger than beauty.
Yeah.
Give every time you purchase. And we're going to be doing that. And also for you to know that you're bigger than beauty. You are
Yeah.
bigger than what you look like.
Yeah. No, we
And
all are, but the beauty matters. I mean, we've talked about this before. When you feel like you look good, you feel good. That's just truth.
my friend Megan Young, who you need to meet, you guys just need to meet as humans. She's the only woman in men's soccer that has her job. She's a coach in soccer. She's amazing. Shout out to the Seattle Sounders, which by the way, those boys all use our products. It's so funny. She literally hoses them down with our moisture flash like this. It's like because they don't shower.
Amazing.
I mean, they do shower. I'm just being mean.
I know what you're saying.
But so she's using the moisture flash on them, the toner mist, but she sent, we do voice, you and I do voice text, Megan and I do voice
Yeah.
text. She goes, she does not wear any makeup. And she's like, I gotta tell you, it's like scientifically better. Like there's something happening psychologically for me when I use your skincare. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you're taking care of yourself. And
It feels good. Yeah, it's true. I like my setup. I like that I do it in the morning and I do it at night. And then yeah,
Yes.
I like it. It's just, and it's non-drying. And so sometimes if I wash my face extra, I don't feel it, it all feels really good. So yeah. Karissa Bodnar, I adore you. Follow Chris on social media at Karissa Bodnar. Definitely follow her TikTok because it's going to be epic
I
watching
have one
her
TikTok and I don't even know my
do
handle.
that. I think it's Chris Bodnar.
Follow
And
Jenny Hutt,
yeah.
just Jenny Hutt on TikTok.
I
She's
got
the
it.
original
Thank
influencer.
you. Oh yes, I need to grow. I do. On Instagram, I'm just Jenny Hutt. TikTok and Twitter at Jenny Hutt. But Thrive Cosmetics, we know that I love this brand. I mean, I've used it for years. Like it's great that we've become friends. But like,
I'm having a moment that you're saying
yeah,
for years because there's still, a 25-year-old,
true. Yeah,
25-year-old in me that's like, oh my gosh, you use our products. I mean,
love.
yeah, I am excited to get out there more because I'm like, people don't know who I am, which I do really like. I do like that I'm not trying to be a celebrity, but I do really love meeting people who use our products because I'm always like such a fan when I meet people. I'm like, hey, can we take a pic? They're like, I don't.
No, I think it's time for you to be out there. I think it's fun, and I think you should. I think it's just part of your whole journey. I think it's great.
I'm excited, Jenny, and I appreciate your support. And you are a badass. And thank you for empowering me to live my life and be my full self. That's what
Yeah.
you do. And you
Yeah.
are encouraging people to do that by just being you. And that is what is so special about you.
Thank you. All right. Email any questions or comments about this episode to justjenningpod@gmail.com. Go to thrivecausemetics.com. Check out this new Bigger Than Beauty skincare, skin solutions made simple, because it really, I've been using it. I love it. It definitely has made my skin look better. And I need that. So there we are. Thank you for being on my podcast.
Thank you, Jenny, so much. You are
All
beautiful.
right.
I
Thank
love
you.
you.
You are too. All right. You guys, I'll be back here per usual tomorrow.